Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe. Thanks for being here, everyone. Do me a favor if you're watching us live right now, pop in the chat, say hey. I'll try to pull you up in the comments here and say hey to everyone else as well. My big thank you out to Divvy Daddy for picking up a Divvy sweatshirt for me. Fantastic. My son stole it from me, and I finally got it back. So yeah. Anyways, fun times indeed for sure. So I will have to probably get one for the whole family. That might be very fun for everyone, I would think. So we'll see. Let's see. So yeah, this been a very interesting day so far. Been trying to still get caught up with work and whatnot because we were all sick and everything. I still have so much to get caught up on. But still love taking the time out of the day to take a break and enjoy the conversation with you all and have a fun, wonderful time having a cool conversation about cryptos, economics, all kinds of fun, wonderful other things as well. So, with that, we will be doing all kinds of fun things in the show today. We're going to look at the dip and crypto pricing. We're going to look at a couple other little things, maybe even some news about Matic that took place yesterday. That kind of flew under the radar for a lot of people. And we're going to take a look at a few different interesting advancements. I'm going to reorganize my thoughts here real quick as we kind of go through. So, but yeah, fun times for sure. Let's see here. Who do we got in the chat? Let's see. We got good morning, Busy Mountain. How are you doing, my friend? Good morning. Good morning, Tom. How's it going? And Tom, I have no problem. Absolutely love doing that kind of stuff. You guys are fantastic. I love hanging out with all of you, so it's a lot of fun. What's going on, Trinity Man? How's it going, buddy? Let's see here. Who else we got? Divvy Daddy, what's going on, man? Good. Love that kid. He knows this. Yes, he does. Thank you. Papa Joe Jr., I'll call it that. He definitely loves his divvy. He doesn't. He wants to take all the little money and birthday stuff that he gets for Christmas, things like that, all the money he gets, and he's like, I want it in divvy, Dad. I want it in divvy. I want it divvy. I want divvy. So yeah, fun stuff for sure. And then yes, yeah, that needs to happen. I'm gonna pester Nick about that too. So who else we got here? We got good morning, Rick. How's it going, buddy? I haven't seen you in a little bit. Good to have you. Good to have you. Lithia, good morning. Good morning. Manny, what's going on, brother? Good morning. Wow, we got a lot of people in here today. Fantastic. Francis K, good morning. How's it going? Thanks for being here, everyone. So yeah, fun times for sure. So I want to start off here. Yesterday, I had a bit of a blunder. I announced the or launching or my involvement and whatever, getting Crypto Confidential out there for everybody. And I was mistaken on some of the information, so I pulled yesterday's video down and just made sure that I was going to talk about it here today and get it corrected. So with Crypto Confidential, there's a link scrolling on the bottom of the screen along with my Patreon there. It's also linked in the description of the video. That is a sign up link that will get you access to the Crypto Confidential newsletter that will be going out once a month. There will be a physical copy that is mailed to you as well, which is fantastic. There'll be digital access as well. That is going to be launched February 1st. That's the goal right now. Everything's still being built out. So if you want to sign up, get earlier, be one of the first 100, I think, get half off the annual pricing. It is annual pricing. And the pricing for annually without for everyone who's passed the first 100 is going to be $1,500 a year for the first 100 with the coupon code. I think it's for HODL, so HODL, all caps. That gets you half off for your sign up. So be one of the first 100. That does expire after that. That is signed up. So the link is scrolling about on the bottom of the screen. It is also linked in the description of the channel here as well. So yeah, subscribe to that. It is going to be highly worth your investment there. I would not doubt that if you took the advice in that newsletter and or paid attention to the information in that newsletter, you're gonna for sure make that back. I would say multiple times over if following the information that's in there, for sure. I highly recommend it. It is being written by some people you all know and love, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna guest contribute as I'm able to do so. So it should be very good information in there. So, but anyways, who makes the newsletter? So that is Crypto Confidential. They are launching it February 2nd. I'm sorry, February 1st. Excuse me. I'm thinking 2 with the 1 and then yeah. Anyways, so that is being launched on February 1st. That is the goal right now, and you've got people like Divvy Daddy who are contributing. You got Litecoin Leader who are contributing. You've got other folks that we are involved with Viva Capital, or some people from there are contributing as well. So there's a lot that you get with it. It's not just the newsletter. You also get access to a messaging board, a private members only messaging board. And I'd already read some of the drafts for some of the content. It is gonna be very worth the investment there for sure. So come on, be a member with the rest of us. It's a lot of fun. It will be worth the content for sure. So anyways, oh, there it looks like here. Divvy Daddy's gonna pop in here. Live Zoom meeting will kick off on 2/1. All members will be getting that here soon. So yes, very much so. Going to be worth the investment for sure. With that, I'm going to go ahead and flip over to discussing some interesting things here today. So everyone's noticed that we are definitely taking a slight little breath, a correction, which is not a bad thing. This is how I go through. I don't ever sell the crypto that I obtain. I always just go buy more. This is a time that when dry powder is available, just buy more. That's typically how I go and do that. And yeah, so we're going to kind of talk about that dip today. We're going to talk about some FUD today that people just don't get it. Man, they don't understand. They don't get it. And it's very crazy for sure. I'm going to pop this over here. So with crypto market shivering in a state of extreme fear, buy the dip fever is definitely still there. It's very true that we actually have over the past several dips, lots and lots of people get in. They take advantage of that dip and they buy more and they buy more and they buy more. You think about like El Salvador, think about like MicroStrategies. This is the time that those big boys, if you will, we'll call them big boys, go in here and they buy that dip. Right. And then they're really focused on Bitcoin, but this also has the opportunity for you guys and myself to go look at all of the altcoins, all of the different projects out there. Yes, they're down. You got Ethereum. It's down 3% today. You got Binance, which is down 2 points, whatever percent. Now, Cardano had some interesting news that came out about this new swap that they've got going on. I think it's Cake Swap or something like that. While that news hit, when that news hit, it jumped significantly in its price. So that I think is going to continue to run. Who knows? Cardano has some very interesting things that they're going to be coming up to speed here. Solana's down. That's going to be an interesting one. It's had an amazing run last year. Polkadot looks like it's down as well. Avalanche looks like it's down. Matic's down 5%. Yeah. So interesting news about Matic. We'll talk about here in a minute. That in part of the reason it's down in there, but I don't think that's going to take too much longer. People, I don't think, understand what's taking place with that. And when they understand what's taking place with that, they're going to sit there and go, oh yeah, that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. So anyways, this is the time where I like to go through and find the deals, right? This is where I personally like to go find those and have fun with it. So typically that's what we do. It's very interesting. Oh, down here, someone else started to say the crowd is showing signs of losing interest in the market. Those who wanted to exit, they already done it. The ones decided to hold are really holding. That's what I keep saying. I have told you guys and gals that this is going to be what happens. Look at Turkey. Their fiat currency has legitimately failed. It has gone off the cliff, gone. So instead of buying the dollar, instead of buying gold and silver, they went and bought Bitcoin. And they're holding it because it's a store of value. It's a transfer of value. It's a way for us to protect our value as we buy. Let's see here. Tom. That's funny, buddy. Cancel your dividend note. I don't think you can do that, but that's pretty funny. Oh, glad you guys had fun. Glad you got to spend some time with Nick. That's really good. That's really good. He's a fantastic, amazing guy. I really missed out getting to spend time with him, but needed to get back for the snow and ice because that was not going to be fun ride home for sure. Still dealing with the stupid cough. Sorry about that. Anyways, and I keep telling everybody the stock market's going to come down. Crypto's going to come down as well because there's a lot of investors that are traditional type of investors, and they're going to pull into the dollar, and they're going to go, now wait a minute, I can't buy anything with the dollar because I have to use so many of the dollars to buy it. And then it's going to click because crypto is going to stop coming down because people like myself, like most of you, aren't going to sell our crypto. We're going to hold it. And then they're going to pour into it because guess what, everyone? Crypto is not going away. And we're going to talk about some interesting conversations that took place in the former administration during their tenure in the while they were running the show. Well, they're technically still running the show, but that's a discussion for my Patreon. If you aren't subscribed to the Patreon, it's $5 a month. I really do that just simply so that I can have a place for Papa Joe to be unfiltered and talk about the truth of what's happening in the world and not have to be concerned about it being pulled down. Because if it gets pulled down, I'll just put it back up. Or if they take that channel down, I'll just stand up another one. Anyways, Busy Mountain. Exactly. New gold rush is crypto. That is 100% accurate. It is legitimate going to be something that people go, oh crap, I need to get out of the dollar and into crypto. Very, very crazy. Now, you got people like this guy here, Nassim Taleb, whatever, is comparing Bitcoin to a disease, calling it a speculative bubble, and warned that it is worthless. Well, this guy's going to have a rude awakening. He's going to have a very rude awakening when he realizes that the dollar and the entire stock market as a whole comes crashing down. I don't know if he's forgotten that, the Federal Reserve printed 80% of the total current circulating supply of the dollars in the last 2 years. 80% of the money that is circulating was printed in the last 2 years. It took from the Federal Reserve's inception up until the last 2 years to get that 20%. That's huge, people. That is massive. That is going to be huge. I love it, Busy Mountain. That's the best way to put it there. Bitcoin is a disease of... Yes, he is a dying banking freak. He really is. Francis K., you are more than welcome. Enjoy. That discount, by the way, for the first 100 of Crypto Confidential, if I'm not mistaken, and Divvy Daddy can keep me honest here, that is for life. So that 50% off, if I'm not mistaken, that is for the life of your subscription. At least that's what I'm remembering. I could be wrong on that. So Divvy Daddy, keep me honest there. But that first 100, they get it 50% with that coupon code. And that coupon code again is HODL, HODL, all caps. So you guys enjoy that. It is very worth it. So yes, so fun times for sure. So anyways, back to what we're discussing here today. So pump in here. Cool stuff. So crypto prices continue to fall because buying demand is absent. The CEO of Delta Exchange, a crypto derivatives exchange, says the interest of owning Bitcoin risk at $40,000 is low. $40,000 is low. again, and again, the prices continue to fall because he has no idea what he's talking about. And first of all, crypto derivatives, trade the real thing, dude. Trade the real thing. Quit trying to make these future contracts and all these different, shorting and going long and all the options and things like that. That's all fine and good, and it's fantastic and a way for you to make dollars. But they need to start paying attention to derivatives. It's just a piece of paper. They're trading paper crypto. This isn't how this works. You need to trade the real thing. And close. Stupid thing. Let's see here. Yes, the prices continued to tumble Tuesday, one day after stock and bond markets were closed. The U.S. for Martin Luther King holiday. Bitcoin was trading around 41,000 early Tuesday, down 2% overnight. Reveal. Hang on. I'm gonna cough a lung up. Sorry about that. Oh, this stuff is so stupid, so frustrating. I have, like I've been mentioning you guys before, the hereditary bronchitis. It doesn't go away. Anyways, rivals. I hate that they can put Dogecoin in there with as a rival to Bitcoin. Really? I mean, really? Shiba is better than Doge. Let's see here. What do we got? Shiba's coming down. But they actually are building something. Doge is not. I mean, come on, people. This guy has no idea again, these people don't know what they're talking about with this stuff. I'm not trying to sound condescending or like I know any better, because I love learning from everybody. It doesn't matter. They could probably teach me a lot of different things. But at the same time, about this particular subject, they need to stop opening their mouths. They're only causing problems and divisions and wedges between peoples and different groups, stuff like that. They need to stop saying this kind of stuff. And the fact that he is the CEO of a derivatives exchange, this type of stuff, don't be listening to people like that. They have no idea what they're talking about. So with all of the wonderful, crazy stuff happening in the markets, I just wanted to kind of throw this up there for you guys. Washington cashes in on inflation. I kind of talked about this in my other show. Those of you saw it live. Again, I'm sorry to pull it down. I made some mistakes I needed to fix. But yeah, so yes. Francis K, thank you for pointing that out. Yes, you are right, Papa Joe. It is the 50% discount for life. First 100. This is correct. Yes. So, guys, hop on that while you can, or it's definitely going to be worth it. Anyways, with I told you guys something about this yesterday. The individual tax receipts rose 55% in the first fiscal quarter of this year, right? So, I mentioned that the rise in the interest rates for the Federal Reserve is only going to try to soak up as a sponge that 80% of the funding that they printed. It's not going to be enough. It just won't be enough. Hang on. Gotta cough a lung up. Anyways, no, I am not sick. Yeah, I had been sick, and I got over it, and it just doesn't want to go. Anyways, so let's see here. Basically, all their spending, their record spending that they did for the whole hunger disease, and then the cookies that they all created and all that fun stuff, the abuse of regulatory power that they basically did, such as the cookie mandates and the eviction moratorium. I can't ever say that word. Moratorium. There we go. I actually got it this time. Anyways, they are now, we learn that the tax revenue is rushing into the treasury even as politicians plead poverty. They're not going into the treasury, by the way. That's not how the plumbing works. See, the plumbing works is that your tax dollars, the plumbing for that, it doesn't go to the treasury. No. It goes into the Federal Reserve to pay the interest on the debt. and they're raising the interest rates on that debt, and they're going to try and soak up more of that money. That's how it works. That's how it works. You guys need to understand, this is their plan. They pumped the market full of money, and now they're going to raise their rates and fill the coffers and the pockets of the bankers that are the shareholders of the centralized banks, the Federal Reserve. That's crazy. They are increasing their revenue, we'll put it that way, 31%, which is from $248 billion to a $1.05 trillion for the quarter. Yeah, they're going to soak up $1 trillion. That's what they're doing. They're literally stealing the money from you, me. They're stealing our wealth by printing too much, pumping it or eating it into the Fed. They're soaking it into the Federal Reserve, and then they're going to just use it and spend it, do whatever they want with it. That's how it works. That is exactly how this stuff works. If you don't believe me, on my website, I will pull it up. Whoop, wrong side. Hang on. Over here, and we'll go over to resources. Aster Blockchain Consulting. I do one-on-one consultations. By the way, at the very bottom, Required Education: The Hidden Secrets of Money by Mike Maloney. It's a required education because it's a history, monetary history about banking and about the monetary system that we have today. Highly recommend you go watch that. It's linked to a YouTube channel. He's a 10-part series. It is very, very worth it. A child, my children watch it from time to time with us. They understand it. They get it, which is why my son is all about taking every one of his fiat dollars and he wants it in divvy. Anytime he does extra chores, he's like, no, you're not paying me. I want divvy. He's like, I'll give you $5, $10, $20. He's like, as long as it's in divvy, Dad. As long as it's in divvy. Both, all of my kids are that way. It's amazing to sit there. They don't value the dollar. They value cryptocurrency. And it's beautiful. Part of the reason they value divvies because they can stake it and make more. They're learning how to build residual income at a small young age, and it's beautiful to watch. Anyways, which tab was I on? Yeah. So they're cashing out. They're enjoying that. On to a couple little different types of news here. We'll kind of go through here. Today we may run a little bit long. I'm not sure yet. I talked about this, I think, before I went out of town. I don't remember. I also don't remember if it was on the Patreon or not. But it makes sense for this now, so it makes sense for everyone here. So, Kushner floated the idea of a federal cryptocurrency. The documents revealed. Now, those of you who know, Jared Kushner is the former Trump president, he's son-in-law of the former administration. He did a lot of different hats while he was part of or as an advisor to the administration. One of which was around monetary policy we'll just go with monetary policy. So he reached out to Stephen Mnuchin and said the following: Stephen, would you be open to me bringing a small group of people to have a brainstorming about this topic, specifically U.S. digital currency? Okay, I had not opened that link. I will maybe do that later. But specifically, a U.S. digital currency. My sense is it could make sense and also be something that could ultimately change the way we pay out. Entitlements as well, saving us a ton in wasted fraud and also transaction costs. So, let's see, we've got the digital yuan. Yeah, that has like 8 million new subscribers or whatever, people onboarded or something like that. Or eight, I think it was, I'm trying to remember here, $8 billion worth of transactions. So something like that. It's either 8 million onboarded or 8 billion transactions. I don't remember specifically. I will find the article again. Correct myself. Anyways, now the U.S. is talking about doing a digital dollar or a CBDC or a USDC, something like the stable coins that we see. Okay. Need you to understand This is coming down the pipe, and that's okay. It's going to fail. It's going to fail because when people start going, oh, this is just like Bitcoin and I can use Bitcoin and it really has a store of value. I don't want to use the coin that the same Federal Reserve that screwed everything up before issues out. No, we want to do that. We want to be able to use it for. We want to be able to take real money that is decentralized and distributed and is sound money like cryptocurrency to transfer between each other, to store that value and move things like that. Yeah, that's what we need. They're going to start going and then the CBDC is going to fail, because here's what's going to happen, folks. With a CBDC, it's a blockchain. They'll probably make it private to you all and me, but it's all going to be 100% open to them, where they will see every single transaction you do. Yep. Technically speaking, they can already do that with Bitcoin. It is an open ledger. It is an open blockchain. You can see the transactions. It still has some anonymity. I can't ever say that stupid word. And you can do the transactions, and you can't just at a glance go see who did what. You have to actually dig and use different tools to do it. No, they'll build it in, make it baked in, so they have a single pane of glass to be able to look, say, oh, what's Papa Joe? How much is his mortgage? What else he's spending his money? Oh, he got paid in crypto to do something. What's this about? Things like that. That's the type of stuff that they'll end up being able to kind of go do. And that's not something that you or I need or want. We need to have privacy in our money. We need to have privacy in what we do and what we spend our in and do in our lives. That is how and what Bitcoin was initially set up to do. Now, all of the different cryptocurrencies that were stood up around it, behind it, after it, whatever, they have solved so many different things and bring so many wonderful things to the table that actually solve real world problems. So anyways, I'm going to kind of move on here and kind of point this out. By the way, if you didn't realize it or not yet, Congress is to treat Bitcoin like stacks of cash. A new federal law mandates reporting transactions of more than $10,000. Why? They've always kind of had that, but now they're kind of including cryptocurrency. So, without fanfare or debate, Congress has recently determined that economically meaningful transactions of digital assets should be as rare, burdensome, and criminally suspect as transacting in bricks of cash. That's an interesting way of putting it. Criminally suspect. But they're still looking at it as cash. Finally, cash, which can't be technically taxed on transactional basis. Just saying. Again, everything on my show, not legal tax or financial advice. Do your own research, please. An 8-word amendment to the U.S. tax code in the infrastructure spending bill, which became law, 8 words, by the way, became law on November 15th, defines digital assets as cash for the first time, a small change with bad consequences for American innovation. Very true. Very true, but they still classified it as cash. It's not property, which gives you a lot more freedom to actually just spend it. In other words, a crypto debit card is spending cash at that point. Yeah. Enacted in 1984, section whatever the 6050I of the tax code mandates erroneous reporting when businesses receive more than $10,000 in physical currency. This discourages the use of cash and encourages the use of banks, which since 1970 have been tasked with surveillance and reporting of Americans' transactions for tax enforcement and other criminal fighting purposes. Interesting. So now that they've defined it as cash, it is no longer defined as property. It is going to significantly change how you need to report. Now, that is yet to me remain to be seen. But you got to also realize that, um, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be mistaken, there is it, the reporting mechanisms on how this works is very, very different. Yes, Rick, surveillance. That is what the banks are actually tasked with. They're tasked to tell on you if you are a business and you have $10,000 or more transactions. That is what their job is. And technically speaking, since you're an individual, they also tell on you too. That's just something to think about. So yeah, fun stuff. Fun stuff coming down the pipe. There's a little bit of good news here though. I think. Maybe it's not. I don't know. The big boys are starting to want to play now. Intel to unveil a Bitcoin mining bonanza mine chip in an upcoming conference. Now, for those of you who know my background, has been significantly technical. I've been in IT related. I've worn just about every hat. I've been everything from the grunt doing all the little nothings, setting up the laptops, all the way. I've been the head of IT. Okay, I've worn all the hats. My favorite stuff is being an engineer or an architect. Kind of get to be a little hands-on and build things and design things and set up new systems, and then you hand it off to operational stuff, and then you go build the next new thing. I like building the new stuff. It's fun. Anyways, I've talked to Intel in the past. I've also talked to Dell in the past. I've talked to VMware and several other Google. I've talked to different people who are major tech companies, and have been in different types of discussions where mining type stuff has been brought up, because I was like, oh yeah, I've been into Bitcoins, miner and stuff like that. They're like, oh, how do we build one of those? And I'm like, I don't know if I want you to build one, because you'll just kill it. I won't really kill it. It needs to happen at this point, because the amount of computing power to kind of get us or to keep us going is going to have to significantly increase and can significantly be decentralized. So it's very cool that they're actually thinking about and or are going to already have done this. If they're going to announce it or talk about it, they've already built it. That's just the way these things work. They've built it, they tested it, and are probably running their own already. Very, very interesting to think about. It appears Intel is about to enter the Bitcoin mining hardware business, but it's not but not with its new upcoming GPUs. No. They're going to actually build an ASIC. They're building an ASIC. They have a yearly conference, yearly gathering, if you will, of the best and brightest minds in the chip industry. This year, Intel is presenting or has a presentation scheduled for highlighted chip releases, which they always do. I've been to this conference before. Category to outline a new bonanza mine. The processor, a chip described as an ultra low voltage, energy efficient Bitcoin mining ASIC. Now, who was it that just recently announced that they're going to stand up a open mining platform for cryptocurrency? Oh wait, that was Jack Dorsey. Yeah, the guy who was the former CEO of Twitter. Yeah. I wonder if there's anything to do with this here. That might be very interesting. It's gonna happen, folks. You're gonna be able to mine anywhere. This is gonna be basically cloud mining on steroids, but it'll work, which basically means you're gonna have a contract and you're gonna make money, and they're gonna make money off of you, and they're gonna continue to mine. You're gonna mine, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, they're gonna start competing with Bitmain. Now, if they outdo Bitmain, they'll eat Bitmain's lunch, because they can produce like Bitmain can't produce. Yeah. Very, very interesting news. Very interesting news. So I promised I talked about you guys about Matic or Polygon, and we're going to talk about that real quick, and we'll kind of close off the day with that. So it's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. Busy man, I always got burned in cloud mining. You have to buy enough hashing power for it to make sense. Usually it really doesn't. for what it's worth. I thought about standing up a cloud mining business. There's two reasons I didn't. One, I didn't, after really looking into it and testing it and playing with it, I didn't feel like it was ethically right to do that. I'd be making money off of people taking advantage of them effectively. But at the same time, also, it wasn't feasible either. So I just really didn't feel right to do that. You end up taking advantage of people. You don't at first, right? So the first several customers you get, it works. But after so much time, it's like, okay, it just didn't sit right with me. So we never really did that. So anyways, promise to talk about mining. I'm sorry, Matic and Polygon, or Polygon, it's the same thing. But a lot of people don't realize this. Like I said, it kind of flew under the radar, is that they set up the EIP 1559. If I'm not mistaken, EIP stands for something interest, something like that. Let me see. It actually think it points it out here. Blah, 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 blah. Where did it go? I forgot what this stands for. Anyways, regardless, yeah, it went live yesterday, which basically now Polygon is going to start burning tokens. Polygon has a max of 10 billion coins, unlike Ethereum, where they have an unlimited supply. Matic has a maximum of 10 billion coins. So they're going to start burning an annualized burn of 2.7% of Matic's total supply. Now, what this will do is it will continue to force Matic's price to rise. Just because, just like Bitcoin every 4 years halves its amount that it produces. Well, the amount that Polygon is doing is going to, or the amount that will be burned from Polygon is nominally nothing really, but over time it will continue to increase the price because your supply is already limited. You're limiting it even more. And what that does is it gives more credence and more value because it makes the asset more and more scarce. And over time, it will cause the purchasing power or the usability of Matic to increase. Now, not only do they get the burn, but they also get a lot more efficiency built into this hard fork that's set up. I have not seen anywhere where they're going to give some other token or whatever. I think it's just a straight up hard fork, and it's actually going to be really, really good going forward. So it's interesting. Francis K, that's very, very smart. I actually, when I was talking at the event this past weekend, that was a question that came up that the Matic that you hold is on the Matic blockchain, not the Ethereum blockchain. A lot of people, I actually still have mine on the Ethereum blockchain. Actually, it's not technically, it's staked in the Matic blockchain. I just withdraw it stupidly, not thinking the last couple times, into the Ethereum blockchain. And I'm just like, okay, never mind. And last time I did, I was like, I need to stop that. And I loaded the Polygon into my wallet there. So as I pull anything out, like the residuals that you get from it, by the way, I've talked about that many times. You get residual income with Matic. Anyways, and I'm going to be starting to do it on the actual Matic or Polygon blockchain. The Ethereum fees are insane. Yeah, that's right. The Ethereum fees are nuts for it. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and cut it there. I think we went way over today. I had to catch up on some stuff. Just going to point out again, the launch of Crypto Confidential. The link is scrolling on the bottom of the screen along with my Patreon. The link is also just in the link in the description of the channel. The first 100 subscribers get 50% off for life. The coupon code is HODL, HODL, all caps. So it is a yearly or annual subscription. And we are scheduled right now to launch February 1st. That is the goal. There will be, as Divi Daddy mentioned in the chat earlier, there will be a live Zoom event that goes through. and it goes out to the members only, and we will go through the messaging form that we'll have, or the like messaging board will have the forum. We'll have the oh, sorry, I'm being asked questions here that are interesting here. So, anyways, that'll be very, very worth the investment. By far, it really will be. It's technically not a lot for what people will be getting out of it. The effort and the folks that are writing and part of this, it's going to be fantastic. The amount of information that's going to be in there. So, as I mentioned, I will guest article for it, and then I think they're going to be events and things that'll be members only as well. I will be attending those as much as I'm able to do so. So, anyways, also, if you're not subscribed to the Patreon, it's $5 a month. It's an unfiltered time with Papa Joe. We get to talk about truthful things that I can't necessarily just come out and say out here. So, anyways, do me a favor, subscribe to that. If you like the content of this video, like, subscribe, and share it out to your socials. Help me grow this channel. I really, really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me that you guys are all part of this and part of this with me since I started this, and it's been a lot of fun. Learned a lot, still learning a lot. It's actually a wonderful time. So, anyways, you guys have a wonderful and blessed day. I will see you at 4:30 Eastern for the Patreon show. We'll talk to you later. Be blessed.